Porsche designers, how many crazy colors shall we offer? Project leader, yes, welcome. Thomas on Autogefühl here with the Porsche Macan GTS. Today, this top version that is replacing the turbo now with 440 horsepower in the facelifted version. And we're also going to find out, shall we go for the GTS or the S we tested last time? Also, of course, once again on the German motorway. Let's go! A strong look already for all new Macan facelift versions with these new design elements right here, and then the GTS, huge air intakes and also a contrasting lower bumper to the color right here. This one is also equipped with the optional GTS pack. Yeah, a GTS package for the GTS model. Yeah, that's hashtag Porsche pricing policy. PPP, interesting. Then the main headlamps come always LED as standard and also with the dynamic light function. The length at 4.73 meters or 186 inches, and yes, this Python green sports SUV could be directly sent to green hell on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and for this sporty purpose it has 21-inch wheels. GTS automatically comes with these huge wheels, and then optional carbon ceramic brakes, and they always have the yellow brake calipers, which again looks kind of weird to the green color, doesn't it? Then the typical Macan styling, and we also have all dark accentuations here around the window and also at the side mirror here today. And this GTS design package comes also then here, you know, with the another contrast in the lower part. Adaptive air suspension comes also standard here for the GTS model, then with a stiffer trim. We'll see in the driving part how that turns out. In the rear, the light strip goes all the way through, and hey, that color is now camouflage with the background today, isn't it? And then here the GTS badge. The GTS, of course, always a theme about a lot of dark contrast. And it also comes standard then with this dark sports exhaust. Acceleration figure in comparison, by the way, if both are equipped with the sports chrono package. This one, you know, 4.3 seconds to 1 kilometers or 62 miles an hour, and the S model 4.6 seconds. These 0.3 seconds and also the other, you know, setup changes, will they make a difference in driving? We will find out very soon. Always so unique how that hood opens and leaves the headlamps as they are with this cutout there. Yeah. The base Macan would come with a 2-liter 4-cylinder. Boo! Okay, just kidding. 265 horsepower. And this in here for the S and the GTS, the 2.9-liter V6, both get this bi-turbo engine. Then I'm with 380 or here with 440 horsepower, now 60 horsepower plus if you compare it to the predecessor. The nice Porsche car key, and this time keyless entry made it to the extra list. Wow, didn't expect that. And then the thing is, you do not put the key in there itself, but then you have this, you know, extra key thing you turn then here on the inside. Would you prefer that or not? Tell me in the comments. Inside of the doors here with beautiful carbon fiber inside, and there's also this GTS design package which adds these green contrast stitches all over the place. My favorite option, the microfiber steering wheel, then also once again with the green contrast stitches. This one has such a better input to the vehicle, it feels so much sportier than overall. On the steering wheel, hard buttons, here for the volume on the left side for example, and right side for the digital instruments, and also here this drive mode selector, so practical to change it while driving. This, by the way, the sports response button, and then you have 20 seconds of, you know, a higher boost or something, but yeah, you can also just go to the Sport Plus mode or Sport mode. You can get the base Macan and also the Macan S with animal-free seats. They are also a little bit less accentuated in the shoulder area. These one are the adaptive sport seats with more adjustments, but then they also cage you in a little bit more. Depends on what you like better, but they are not available without animal parts. Here the microfiber inserts for the GTS standard, but then the outside parts are animal skin action. Here the, you know, multiple adjustment. Seating position is really racy indeed, and especially when you have the microfiber inserts, both steering wheel and also on the seat, they really keep you tight. So this is what makes this feeling here sportier in the GTS actually. Then lower, upper, out, in for the steering wheel. Electric control takes some time, but it's actually quite cool to have, and always this view on the analog RPM meter. Yeah, and it's just really cool to have that one digital speed. Yeah, I think we would like to have that in more cars still. don't we? And then here on the right side you have still a digital instrument, so you can also go then, for example, to the GPS map. And one more look here, the classic Porsche cockpit still. I think this one is still a good compromise between newer technologies and touchscreen and still having some real buttons, you know, a big RPM meter and so on. Or what's your take on that? To my taste, I think that's good, and we don't need more actually, do we? Yes, we need to have that in every Porsche, the analog clock. It still looks amazing. In the facelift you can see here less hard buttons. These are still good, you know, the climate buttons, they are for real. But then you have more capacitive buttons right here where the vents are coming from, but they're actually quite logical, so it's, I think, okay. And this new shifting lever, but it's really crisp here also with the microfiber in the GTS. And the cool thing is really, you know, when you move it, you hear that? There's also this kind of analog feedback I really like. An update for the infotainment system right here. So overall it's quite nice how it looks and so on. Here also responsive enough for the map. And the menu structure is also somewhat okay here. Everything stays here on the left side and so on. And we have the Bose sound system here optional, and yeah, this gives really nice surround sound. Love that. Oh, and did I mention these green contrast stitches? Beautiful detail also that we have the microfiber covering here for that armrest. Underneath you have some more space, and that's also where you store your phone. You can connect the Apple CarPlay with the cable or also wirelessly. If you're not too tall, it's actually quite comfortable here in the rear, but the thing is really when I stretch my legs and I'm also driving, I do hit this seat here at the back, and considering the length of the vehicle, that's not good usage of space. But the microfiber inserts are also really nice, and the seat position itself is really cool. And here also, yeah, an extra once again, a nice microfiber ceiling. In the lower part you get now 2 USB-C chargers and a huge middle tunnel, definitely. We also have adaptive cup holders right here. That's also the way, by the way, we can fold down this ski hatch. Look at that. Genesis found this button here so cool that they now also took it in their GV70 SUV. Very interesting. And here the trunk, you can see here cabin trolley fits in a very easy way. 1 meter or 40 inches in width and about 95 centimeters or 37 inches in length right here. It definitely does the job. And you can also fold these seats here individually. Welcome to Thomas's Performance Driving Lounge with the Porsche Macan GTS in the facelifted version. And is it worth the extra price compared to the Macan S we recently tested? German motorway, Autobahn, Sport Plus mode. Whoa, that exhaust goes nuts already right now. And we'll do a flying start from 30 kilometers an hour. Let's go. That's 150 kilometers an hour. Woo, that went very well. But what about when we're already at speed here? When we're at 150? Can still go further? Kilometers an hour, 125 miles an hour, still something coming. Air suspension here, standard for the GTS, tuned on a stiff note, and wow, what a great handling here. Quite loud now, of course, at higher speeds, but you know, a lot of cars do that, but noise insulation is not at the best level here with the Macan, we really have to say that, but just at higher speeds, you know, but how stable that car is and feels, so easily can be put to the racetrack at any time. Now hard on the brakes, but very good feeling for the brakes. Super great steering input, and here that optional microfiber steering is just lovely. It's the best about this vehicle here, this option, because the main thing why the GTS feels racier here in this case is that microfiber steering wheel, because you can hold on to that so much better. You have so much more grip for that. And also the seats here with the microfiber surface, now called Race Tex at Porsche. Remember, Sport Tex is the fabric now. Race Tex is the microfiber, which used to be the Alcantara, but when they changed suppliers, Alcantara is a brand name. It's not the material itself. That would be microfiber, and the brands are like Alcantara, Dynamica, and Mercedes, for example, and then some other or no-name suppliers or whatever, or don't know, I just want to use their own brand name. So the microfiber here, Race Tex, and the fabric is Sport Tex. And well, being kept more tight in the seat, tighter on the steering wheel. Overall, it feels racier. The acceleration difference, GTS versus S, remember that? 0.3 seconds. Here with the Sports Chrono package, 4.3 seconds, whereas the S with the Sports Chrono package is 4.6 seconds. And these 0.3 seconds, do you realize them really? Hardly. Not such a difference. You can also get the same sport exhaust, standard here. Suspension is maybe a little bit stiffer, especially here when you are in these sporty modes. But does it feel completely different? As for in this respect, no. But soon we'll also do our Agile driving up the hill and see how the Agile driving performs, like left and right and stuff. If this is different than from the S and the GTS, this will be also very interesting. You're getting off the motorway. This is just a lovely area, so much fun. And indeed, as for the Agile driving, when you think about, hey, go smaller or bigger, like Macan or Cayenne, yeah, the Macan is definitely more fun, whereas the Cayenne just delivers more comfort and this more floating driving experience, definitely. Although it can be sporty in time either, you know, but here just more weight, more compact building, and yeah, that steering here is so precise, no dead zone angle whatsoever. Everything is very smooth and feels so natural. So, you know, at VW and Audi, they have more progressive steering wheels. Meanwhile, here you steer a little bit more, but they still got it best with the natural feeling of the steering. And yeah, to me, that's really, really good in a car world where everything gets more digital and everything is done by electronics. The same accounts also for the steering wheel in a way, you know, because you have, you know, also electric support. Yet at the same time, it still feels analog enough. And that's the thing here about this vehicle, also with the analog meter. There is still something analog about this vehicle, and that's what I love. Yeah, that's what I mean. Lovely. Blop, blop, blop. That V6, and yeah, I can just stress again, I'm really a fan of electric vehicles. When you drive something like this, it still gets your petrol head hard going in a way. And I really hope that in the future we can kind of have both. We already have super performance from the EVs. Maybe at some point we also get a decent sound and not spaceship BS, you know. So when you're going to a normal mode, by the way, exhaust is more silent. It'll be fine. And you can also cruise on the motorway. Cruise control can be set here with the old school left column here, but it's not like a super intervening, you know, lane keeping assist and so on. So this is also kept more basic. Remember, it's a very old platform. This is the past Q5 platform. It's a very old car essentially. And when the EV Macans launched in 2023, this one here then will still be built in that way to have the, you know, ICE EV transition. This will be even older. But again, it must not be, you know, something super bad, you know. So this is then proven tech. That's the, you know, that's the good side of it. Once again, Sport Plus mode, and let's head it out from 90 kilometers an hour. Let hell fly. Yeah, the green hell with the Python green color. And this is like green and hell characteristics here. Long turn bend. So great control over that vehicle. Wow, 220 kilometers an hour. I'm still feeling so safe. Of course, always safety first here when cars are getting on the road. And definitely with that color, everyone is seeing me miles ahead and is hopefully not cleaning. There we go. Thank you. Oh, there's another green hell car. A Mazda 2. Yeah, and that happens also. That's why you also have to pay attention, because some do not look in the rear mirror and stuff like this happens. But that's why we also have the carbon ceramic brakes here. But make no mistake, for most usages, the tungsten carbide brake will be better. They also do not create the brake dust of a classic disc brake. And here the PCCB, the ceramic brakes, you know, the thing is, you have to really push them really hard, and that's, you know, not everyone is used to that. So the ceramic brakes, especially when you begin to use them, they really want to be like hammered as the brake pedal. But yeah, definitely have to get used to it. And also they collect small stones, quite likable. So I would not go for the option. It's just too expensive. And I think this this tungsten carbide coating is a very good compromise they're offering right now. Less brake dust, better brake performance, less fading, not as expensive as the ceramic brakes. Yeah, that's, I think, a very cool choice. What about that tunnel? Gentlemen, lower your windows. Nice. That's a sound, right? And now driving up Autogefühl's peak. Let's see that rear-wheel biased all-wheel drive together with this crisp steering. Getting out of the corner very nicely. Wow, that's super cool. And here, when we're going uphill, then the GTS, you know, the 60 horsepower more, that is indeed giving us a little difference. So it's just a little bit quicker out of the corners. Once again, what a great handling, so much fun. So it's hardly possible to have so much fun in a compact or mid-size SUV. And wow, this is just pure awesomeness. Yeah, the GTS does have a little bit more spice here now, especially when going up here in these corners. Then it becomes obvious. So just straight acceleration, not necessarily, but here the combined acceleration and agile driving, handling, and uphill out of the corners. Yeah, that's where the GTS indeed just has a little bit more punch and yeah, adds a little bit more fun feeling. Yeah, I really have to admit that. However, you know, go for the GTS or go for the S? Huh. The two cars we present to you, because the S had so many extras, the price was almost equal. Yeah, then you can also go for the GTS basically. However, the S has the advantage, when you go more base version, it will be way less expensive, and you can also get non-animal skin seats. Although here you have the microfiber surfaces, the problem is that you still have an added animal skin. What doesn't make any sense, of course. Yeah, so which one would I go for actually? So I think the Macan S is meanwhile the Macan to go for. So my tip would be get a Macan S, but buy it base spec, that you don't spend too much money. Because like 110 or then for the S, and we had spec, and 118 here for the GTS, the total price, it's nonsense. You know, what the hell? What are they thinking? So get a Macan S, buy it base spec, and you'll be just fine. You already get the same engine as it's here, and you also can get an animal-free S for the seats. That would be the best Macan to go for at the moment. When you want to spend incredibly amount of money for the Macan anyway, and would also spec the S to the roof, then you can also might as well go for the GTS. So check our S video, the Macan S video, out right here, or Audi Q5 Sportback is of course one of the comparators still.